Hi, and welcome back to my podcast, So We Done at Dusk. Thank you so much to everyone that watched my video last week and just showed it some love. It really means the world to me and makes me feel valued and makes my heart feel full, so thank you. Tonight I wanted to talk about burnout versus laziness. This last week I've been absolutely exhausted. I just feel like when I wake up, I'm tired. When I go to bed, I'm tired. And no matter how much I sleep or anything, I'm just always exhausted. And it's hard for me to rest because I feel like I always need to go. And I feel like I can't allow myself to rest. I feel like I'm lazy if I'm not always going, always doing things. I keep myself really, really busy. And it's been affecting my personal and work life. I just am not showing up at work as much as I could be, as well as with school. My essays aren't as good as they could be. And just in my personal life, like I've been spending less time with my friends, less time with my boyfriends, and when I do, my boyfriend, let me clarify, my friends and my boyfriend, and just like my family, and it's just really impacting because when I do hang out, I just feel like I'm not fully there, and that's when. Anyway, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch on what I've been going through this week and that idea of burnout versus laziness. So let's start with burnout. The Google definition of burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive, prolonged stress. So basically meaning that burnout is just like a candle when you're constantly lit and not like that, but like just going and always on. It can just cause you to feel more, it can cause you to kind of just burn out like a candle, like the flame goes away, that passion, I guess you could say, as well as just the motivation. It's when you overwork yourself to a point where your body forces you to kind of take a break, but not in a good way. Some symptoms to look for, or like kind of like if these things are happening to you, it could mean that, obviously other things, but it could mean that you're about to burn out or you are burnt out. Some of them are fatigue. If you're always just tired, like I said earlier, like no matter what, I'm always exhausted, and I feel like I never get enough sleep. If I sleep 10 hours or if I sleep 2 hours, I'm the same exact amount of tired. As well as headaches. Obviously headaches can mean a lot of things, but also it means like if you are constantly getting them and you're drinking water and you're eating and just obviously other things, those are a big sign, especially if they're constant and sudden. Kind of like I said a little bit earlier, lack of motivation, just not feeling like kind of getting that why. You're just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I should be doing this. It really decreases that. It kind of gets rid of the why and the drive. Like you're not passionate about what you're doing. You don't care about what you're doing. You're just done and you're okay with that. There's also anxiety. If you're feeling very anxious all the time, or just in general, just not like feeling it, like whether everyone feels anxiety differently. I feel it mostly in my stomach and I shake a lot. So if those are kind of happening to you, or just even the thoughts that come with anxiety of feeling you're not enough in situations, or the idea that everyone's always looking at your every move and what you're doing, that can be a symptom of anxiety and burnout. An upset stomach, if you're kind of again going off anxiety, but also just having it in general, if you're not really hungry or you're eating too much, or you just don't feel well in your stomach no matter what, it could lead to more, obviously every situation is different, but it can lead to more serious scenarios like throwing up, all of that. I don't know what that was. Kind of going off of that illness, like you can feel it in your stomach, you can feel it in your head, you can get very, very sick, just like a cold or flu. It can lead to other mental disorders or just physical disorders. It can cause like leg cramps, I found out, and just like muscle spasms and cramps. It's just your body trying to tell you something. That's all that. Well, obviously, again, other reasons: eat your potassium, drink water, all of that. But it can cause that because your body's trying to get you to kind of turn off, and it's overworking. And yeah, when I was really burnt out a little over a year, honestly, like maybe 2 years ago now, I was sick. Like, at least my sicknesses would last months, and it would hit me. No matter what I did, I'd get better for a week, sick again. For like a year straight, I was sick almost every single day, bad. So it can cause illness. Also, kind of going off that anxiety, again, loneliness and detachment, just feeling like you're not enough, feeling very just drained and detached from everyone, feeling like you don't really fit in, that you're, again, all can be a completely different thing or a more serious thing, but just feeling like, for me, like when I get very burnt out, I just feel like my friends aren't my friends, that they don't really care about me, or that I just don't belong in situations. I feel like, again, almost, I guess you could say, like a waste of space. Like, I shouldn't be there. I don't know why I'm there. I just feel very like nervous and anxious. I think those little fluffs, if you're watching, are from my microphone. I hope. I don't know. Anyway, just ignore those. But yeah, you can just feel very like just not welcomed. And 9 times out of 10, it's you're just overthinking it. What I've noticed is if someone doesn't want you there, or what I've come to kind of like realize is that I'm going to put my energy into everything. I like to think that everyone wants me there all the time. But if they don't, that's kind of on them for not saying anything, and they're wasting their time because my intentions were always pure. If theirs wasn't, their karma will get them. Anyway, kind of going off that motivation, decrease productivity, not having the motivation to do things and not doing it as constant, as fast, but also like as high of a quality. Like I said earlier, I'm turning in my schoolwork, but am I getting like the best grade? No, I'm literally just putting what I can to press send and then go to bed. Also, irritability, just being very angry all the time, just little things. Last night, I'm feeling better today, but last night I really, really felt this. And I tried making my podcast, and I got halfway through, and I just got, like, everything kept setting me off. My headphone kept getting caught, and then my iPhone storage ran out, and just everything, and I was just getting so angry, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to bed. Again, I slept 10 hours on Saturday, but I just still felt so irritable and angry, and I was just like, I just need to go to bed. And I do feel better, but there is I think a deeper way to kind of solve these problems rather than having the good days and the bad days. There's always going to be good days and bad days, but I'm trying to make my bad days not as bad. Again, like, I feel like I've been burning out because I do a lot. I'm an oversharer, so almost everyone that knows me personally knows what I'm doing. But if I haven't told you, or if I haven't seen you in a while, I currently work 2 jobs. I work 60 hours a week, and I go to school. I'm taking 3 classes right now. I do online. I also am going to the gym at least 4 days a week is my goal. As well as I just started my podcast, and I try really hard to spend time with my friends and my family and my boyfriend. I have dinner with my grandparents every Wednesday and dinner with my mom every Sunday. And I try Fridays to leave for my friends. It's just really hard. So I spread myself very, very thin. On a good day, on a week, I sleep 7 hours, which I mean is still a lot, but I definitely do wake up pretty early, go to bed pretty late. And so I feel very much like like I'm spreading myself very thin. And I think it is causing me to lead to burnout because my work at both of my jobs isn't as high to a standard as I would like. I like to think I'm a very hard worker and I put a lot into what I do, but I feel like lately it just hasn't been there. Not that I don't care, I'm just so tired. And again, same with school, I already talked about that, but like with my friends, like when I hang out with them, I'm fucking tired and I'm yawning the entire time. I went to go see Billie Eilish with my friend on Wednesday, and I was just fucking exhausted and I kept yawning, and I'm like, why the fuck am I yawning in the middle of Birds of a Feather? Like, this is stupid. So it's just, I feel very just tired, and I'm trying really hard. I want to keep doing what I'm doing, so I need to figure out a way to keep doing what I'm doing without, because I do work 2 jobs, and it does seem like a lot, but I have my bank job, which is my princess job. It's not that hard. It's just there's goals we need to hit and conversations that need to be had. But my other job is a little bit more labor intense. I work not that bad. I know I'm being dramatic, but I work at a coffee shop, and I've been there 4 years now, and I think 3 years, and all my besties work there, so that's why I'm still there, and it's fun. Like, I do enjoy both of my jobs a lot. There's a reason why I keep doing it. I don't do it just because I need to. It's because I like the people there. And same with school. I just want to be able to better myself. And I talked a little bit on my first episode about wanting to get back into my hobbies. I love painting. I love playing the guitar. I just love music. I love art. Like, I'm a very artsy person. I love art. And so I'm trying really hard to like make time for all that, because again, I care about it. It's the gym. It makes me feel good. I think a big reason why I felt so burnt out was because I didn't go last week because I got sick, and I just feel it is causing me to burn out, and I can feel it, and don't want to stop anything that I'm currently doing just because I do love it, and I'm happy. I'm happy at both of my jobs. I'm happy at the gym. I'm happy with my friends. I'm happy with my family. I'm happy with my boyfriend. I'm happy with school. It's just a lot. But all of those symptoms I've mentioned earlier, I have almost all of them. I used to have chronic migraines. I was diagnosed with chronic migraines without aura in high school, and they went away my first couple years, and then they kind of came back this last year, but I think a lot of that has to do with caffeine, so I don't know. Anyway, let's kind of get into how to help with burnout. I think a big thing is recognizing that you're burning out. So me admitting that entire last conversation, I think, is me recognizing and having the symptoms, being like, yeah, this is because I'm burning out, and just being a little bit easier on myself, being like, you're like, you lazy, like, you know, like, you're so lazy, you don't do this and this. Like, no, I'm fucking burning out and I'm tired, and I think that's okay. And my workload is different than everyone else's. I feel like I do a lot, but I also don't do a lot. And there's people in my life that do 10 times as much as I do, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. But there's also people in my life that do half of what I do, and they feel like they're doing too much or not enough. Like, everyone's levels are different, and just because you working your 9 to 5, or you just focusing on your mental health or focusing on your family or whatever, that can still cause burnout. I'm just saying my experience and how I'm burning out, and I'm not invalidating anyone else's ways of burning out, because like I said, everyone can handle different loads. Everyone's different. Some people can handle what I do like easily, but then they're struggling with their family or vice versa. It's just, again, everyone's different. Everyone has different paths. Everyone's on a different path and different levels, and that's okay. And it's okay to be easy on yourself. Yeah, you see these social media influencers going to the gym 7 days a week, twice a day, and you feel really shitty for not going 5 days and only going 4. Like, no, it's okay, because that's a goal for you. You don't have to go to the gym. I think it's good to get exercise. It's good for your mental health. But again, life happens sometimes, and that's okay. And just recognizing that what you're doing is hard and that it's okay. Like, be easy on yourself. Like, you're doing what you can, and just be kind to yourself, because you being mean to yourself is only going to make things worse. So again, recognizing that and being kind to yourself, I think, is the biggest thing. I was reading a little bit about burnout, and a big thing was journaling. Kind of getting back into just how you're feeling and why, so your brain can kind of dissect. It's really good to journal at night, kind of end your night off, or first thing in the morning. Both of those are really good to kind of, at night, it helps you debrief through the day and kind of helps you decompress before you go to bed. And you're like, oh, that's why I acted like that, or this is why this happened. But in the morning, it helps you get a really good start to your day. You can do it twice a day. Some people do it multiple times a day. I think journaling is very good, and journaling looks different for everyone. I tell everyone therapy and journaling. I think they're two wonderful things, and there's lots of different outcomes for both of those. But yes, I think kind of sitting down, recognizing and making a plan for yourself while journaling is a big thing. As well as, like I said earlier, exercising. Doesn't mean going to the weights and lifting all this. It could literally mean going on a walk around the block with your dog, or even doing Pilates in your room, just something to get your body kind of moving. And I don't know the scientifics behind working out. I just know that it makes you feel good. It makes me feel good. It makes everyone I know feel good. Once everyone I know that starts going to the gym or starts exercising, they usually stay with it. Or again, some type of exercise. Just because someone went to the gym, maybe it wasn't for them, and that's okay. I think it's just a good thing, and it just makes you feel good because it feels like you accomplished something. It gets your body tired, so that way your brain's not going as much, and it's not just a little bit more, calmer. That's it for me. I get less angry, and I get a lot less sleepy when I go to the gym. It's just, again, a lot. Like, stuff happens, and I kind of notice, I'm like, I need to go back to the gym. I've been going to the gym for almost a year now, but again, I've had my on and offs, but I feel like I'm getting to the point now where I kind of realize, like, I need to go to the gym. That's why I'm feeling this way. And I think, kind of going off a little bit earlier, practicing mindfulness. A big thing for me a while ago was I wasn't mindful. I was doing homework while watching TV, while folding my clothes, while painting my nails. I like to keep myself busy, and I think I can multitask, but what I've learned, it's still fun, don't be wrong. Sometimes I still like to multitask just because it makes, spices things up. But for the most part, I try really hard to do things more intentionally and with more, I guess you could say, effort and more thought behind it. So now when I brush my teeth, that was what I started working on, was with brushing my teeth. When I used to brush my teeth, I used to think about what I had to do to finish getting ready, and then what I was going to do when I got home, and what, just a bunch of random little things. But I would always start with what else I needed to do to get ready. And then I'd think about just, what I need to do when I get home, just things that I need to do, what I said to this one person years ago. I just kind of get in my head. But I try really hard when I'm brushing my teeth the biggest thing was what I'm going to do next to get ready. But now when I brush my teeth, it's so weird, but it helped me practice. I'll focus on brushing my back teeth. And then I focus I'm brushing this side. And then I count just because my brain can't go quiet. So I usually count when I brush my teeth. And it really, really helps me kind of count, also I'm brushing my teeth, and just feeling processing the feeling that comes with brushing your teeth. As weird as that sounds, you feel the bristles against your cheek and your tongue and your tooth, and I mean, not your tooth don't. I mean, unless they're sensitive, but like your like gums, like you kind of just feel it. And it helps me a lot. And now when I make my bed in the morning, I don't think about what I'm going to eat for lunch. I think about making my bed and putting the pillow down and folding my blanket. And it just really, really helps me. And it kind of helps me with burnout, again, having more intention behind what I'm doing. Like right now, I'm just talking to you guys about burnout and nothing else. And I'm also kind of I'm thinking about how I'm sitting on the chair and how my legs are crossed, the way the chair feels, all of this. It really has helped me a lot. And again, when I'm constantly in that go state, which kind of causes my burnout, it helps me to kind of sit back and just take things one step at a time, because it's nothing else is going to get done, and me worrying is only going to lead to more anxiety, more stress, and more possible burnout. Also, again, journaling, like huge. It can help you kind of just get through your day and plan, and just a little, like, it's just a beautiful thing. I really do think it is. Also, meditating. Again, it's not for everyone, but it's kind of going off of that mindfulness and just being more in the moment and thinking, practicing breathing and practicing being able to process those thoughts of, again, my legs are crossed, the way that the chair feels, all of this stuff. It just helps you kind of go from up here to down here and just remain here all day, rather than having those spikes, which, I mean, again, like they're up here for a reason, but then when you crash, you feel like shit. So it kind of helps you stay a little steady, obviously, but not as drastic, is the way I view it. Again, it's different for everyone. Another thing to kind of help with burnout, it doesn't help me, but it helps me, but is find a hobby. Find something that makes you happy. Find something that brings you joy. And again, it can kind of... Right now, my issue is I feel like I'm doing too much. But they helped me before. Like I talked in the first episode, painting. I didn't paint in forever. And I just painted again, and it felt wonderful. And just like, I still do have my hobbies, but getting back to the ones that I had really helped me. It's also helped me previously. There's a reason why I picked them up in the first place. Again, right now, I feel like I'm on a different path, but I think that really can help a lot of people. And it's worth giving a shot. If you have the time, try something new. It's winter, so try picking up ice skating. Go, try knitting. Maybe go snowboarding, skiing, all of these things, tubing, or whatever that thing is, like in clip penguin, I don't know. But yeah, like, I just think you can find a new hobby, or more indoor things, like I said, painting or baking or cooking. Some people love cooking pasta from scratch, and that could be your thing too. And I just feel like, again, finding that hobby is essential to kind of like everything I said earlier, is just being more mindful. And I feel like when you're doing a hobby that you're mindful with, that's what brings you joy, and that's what makes you feel good, and that's what makes you get through your job and being like, oh, I'm so excited to go finish this painting I started yesterday. Like, I don't know. Anyway, also avoiding negative self-talk. I kind of brushed on this a little bit, but just avoiding talking about yourself negatively, like how I felt very lazy, and I was talking to myself like, you're lazy, you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. That's not good, and that's not going to make me want to do it. It's, instead of being like, you're lazy, you're sleeping all day, you're not doing this, you need to put more effort into your essay, you need to finish folding your clothes, all of these things. It's more of like, hey, like, I can kind of feel that you're burning out, and how about we go for a run? Or how about we start drawing and painting a new painting? Kind of sitting down and being easy with yourself. Talk to yourself like someone you love, because you're not going to talk to someone you love like you're lazy, like you're not going to say these negative things about someone that you love. So it's important to kind of sit there with yourself and look at yourself as a person, because you are, and you're going to have your bad days. It is an issue if you have a goal and it's been a month and you still haven't even started it, like, ew, it's okay, like you had a hard day. No, like you do have to be a little tough on yourself, but don't be mean to yourself, but also give yourself grace. Another big one is we'll jump to that one next. Going outside, touching some grass. Everyone says it, but it does help. Just going outside, breathing fresh air, and like just being mindful of like, wow, like I'm there's like breathing this like crisp, fresh air, and just being outside, the sun, everything. It just kind of, for me at least, it makes me feel very relaxed. And that's something my mom had me do at the beginning of the year was, she's like, no, like Zoe, don't go outside and touch some grass. And I did, like it helped a lot. And it doesn't have to be for long. Like at night when I'm really overwhelmed, I just moved. Well, I didn't just move. I moved like 1.5 years, 2 years ago now. But I used to live right off the highway, and so I could never see the stars. But now I live in a very secluded area, and the stars at night are beautiful. So I'm having a bad night, I'll go outside and I'll grab my little binoculars and I'll just stare at the stars. And being outside, again, it's not the sun. I'm a sun person. I love the sun. I love the water. I love the ocean. But being able to be outside and just kind of look at the stars and just relax, it really does help my anxiety and helps calm me down. I think another 2 big things that I'm going to talk about, starting with number 1, is time management. This is one that I think I need to work on the most, but also think it's going to help me the most. I articulate my time very poorly. I tend to do everything last minute. And it just causes me to get more stressed out for no reason, which caused me, and then, for example, last Sunday, I could have done my podcast and my homework all weekend, but I started it at 9 p.m. on Sunday when I worked at 4 a.m. on Monday. And then I had to work a 12-hour shift, and I was fucking exhausted and cranky. I don't remember anything that happened on Monday. And that's my fault, because I could have done my homework early. I could have done my podcast on Friday. Like, I didn't. That is completely my fault. Obviously, there's other things. Like, I think I went out to dinner with my friend Friday and Saturday. And then, so that did cause it, but there was still time in between. And I also am always late to work. I'm always just 5-10 minutes late. Someone's like, oh, I can sleep 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 20 more minutes. I'm the person that sets an alarm every single minute. And it's definitely something that I need to kind of work on. And I think a big thing for me is I tend to be on social media a lot. TikTok, oh my God. I don't even like it that much anymore. It's just I go on it and I doom scroll. I talked about it, how I turn it black and white, and I need to start doing that again. But it is something that I'm bad with. I'm bad with going on TikTok. I'm bad with just scrolling social media. I don't want to delete it completely because I feel secluded, but that is my weakness, and I need to be able to have more self-discipline when it comes to that, and just managing my time more, knowing that my homework's not going to take me an hour. It's going to take me to 2 to 3 hours, and planning for it so I'm not as rushed and half-assing shit. Kind of going off of that as well, a sleep schedule. I think that goes into time management, planning out how long you're going to sleep, when you're going to fall asleep, when stuff's going to get done so you can fall asleep. I can sleep anywhere. I could fall asleep right now if I wanted to. And I would pass out and happily. And so I think I need to start developing a routine so that way, because like I said, Monday I slept maybe an hour or 2. Sunday night. And then on Friday night, I slept 10, 11 hours. I don't have that sleep schedule, and that's what's fucking with me. It's hard, it throws me off because I wake up really early on Mondays, but I'm planning it out to where I go to the gym and get everything done before work, Tuesday through Friday. That way I kind of stay in that same schedule, and I just go to bed earlier because there's really nothing going on at night, and I just need to be able to relax. But I think the first thing that's going to happen is time management, making sure that I'm getting the shit I need to get done on time and disciplining myself. I don't need to scroll on TikTok for 2 hours when I get off because I'm tired from my little princess job. And And I need to start doing that so that way I can start managing my sleep and have a sleep schedule and kind of go from there. I think those two things specifically are what I need to work on personally the most. I'm pretty good at everything else, or it's just not as important at the moment, but I do think, like I said, once I kind of start having a better time management, making a better schedule with my time and my sleep, I just overall will be a lot more successful in my day-to-day life. Okay, now kind of branching off from burning out, let's go into laziness. Laziness is the quality of being unwilling to work or use energy. Basically, laziness is you just don't care. You just don't want to do something. I feel like everyone has had their point in time. Don't get me wrong, at my little coffee job, I'm definitely a lot lazier than I used to be, but I get paid less, and I kind of just go off of what everyone else says. But to prevent laziness, it's very similar to prevent burnout, but it's set goals. Kind of sit down in your little journal and set goals. As well as make them attainable. Definitely be strict on yourself, but make your goals attainable. I've never been to the gym a day in my life, but I'm going to go 6 days out of the week for an hour. You might. I don't know. I don't know you, but you might. But it's not a common realistic goal. I don't know why I use the gym as an example all the time. I'm sorry. It's just kind of what comes to mind first. Avoiding distraction. And that can be things, people. Again, if your goal is to start reading more, avoid your phone, turn your sound off. Like I said, like what I do with my homework, I turn my phone on black and white. That way it's weird, but it's not interesting to me and I don't want to be on it. Also, avoid distracting people. If your goal is to drink less and you're around people that drink all the time, it's going to be a lot harder on yourself and you're not being fair to yourself. It's doable, but it's going to be hard. And again, it's not being fair to yourself. Why would you set yourself up for a more difficult task when it's so much easier to do it another way? Like, you should set yourself up for success. Again, reward yourself. I ran my first marathon. I've been training for months and I finally ran it. I didn't get first place, but I did good and I feel good. I'm going to go buy myself that new purse that I really want. Rewarding yourself. But again, there's a difference between, you can over reward yourself. So it's important to kind of set goals. And then once you hit those goals, reward yourself. Not, I went to the gym today, I'm going to go eat double what I just burned in calories. Again, goals are different for everyone. I'm just using me as an example. That's not something that I should do just for going to the gym on a random Tuesday when I had the easiest day at my job, you know? I think another big thing is care about what you're doing. A lot of times when you're lazy, you just don't care. And that's not, like, again, just because you're lazy in one aspect of your life doesn't mean you're lazy in all aspects. And you could be perfect in all aspects of your life except one. Maybe you're like the perfect ideal person, but you're fucking dirty because you don't clean and you forget. I think that that's just something that you just have to care. You would have to start caring about your space. I care about the space that I'm in. I want to feel comfortable. I want my brain to be able to relax. I just want to, I wouldn't have one of my friends be in this. I deserve something that I would love to be in. And just caring about that's the best thing you could do for your work ethic. You could be the CEO of Google or you can be a dishwasher. And either way, if you care about what you're doing, that's all that matters. And it doesn't matter. Again, you could have a better work ethic as a dishwasher and get more praise than the CEO of Google. And just because if you're lazy, you're lazy. And it's because you don't, not all the time, but it could mean that you don't care. So it's important to care about what you're doing and just find value in what you're doing. I think lastly, to prevent laziness, this also kind of goes with burnout, which I didn't talk about a lot, was get help. Not in a fucked up way, but reach out to people that you love. Get a therapist. That's a whole nother topic. I'm pro therapist and I've been to many different ones. There's some that I just didn't care for, and there's some that I really liked that genuinely did help me. So just getting help from your loved ones or from strangers, again, like, just reaching out is important. I think the biggest difference between laziness and burnout is genuinely caused by overworking yourself in an aspect or all aspects of your life, versus laziness is just general unmotivation. Like, you can do it, you just don't care enough to do it, versus burnout is sometimes it's a lot harder physically and mentally to do something. But there's a lot less to talk about with laziness, just because I think the first step to laziness is, again, just admitting that you are lazy, because sometimes it's hard. It is hard to admit you're lazy. Again, in some aspects. Again, you can be lazy in all aspects. Everyone has, I think, certain parts of their life where they are lazy, like just lazy in all aspects. Everyone does. And it's okay if you have it when you're 12 or if you have it when you're 60. As long as you at some point can admit it and get better from it. Again, sometimes it doesn't matter. You can be lazy in certain aspects. As well, I think burnout is a lot broader of a subject, and it's just not talked about as much, I feel like. But it's a thing, and it's important, and if you're going through it, I understand, and many other people understand, and no one is going to judge you for it. Your head just can be mean sometimes. Thank you all so much for watching tonight's episode of Zoe Dawn at Dusk. I think that the biggest takeaway is like I said, kind of with laziness, just being honest with yourself, setting those boundaries, setting those goals, rewarding yourself, but again, reaching out for help when you need it. Yeah, thank you. Again, thank you all so much. I love you all so much. I hope you have the best night, and I will see you next Sunday on Zoe Dawn at Dusk.